The villainess who cares only about magic circles enters a political marriage with the crown prince to read an ancient grimoire. Episode 8. Inspecting every magic circle in my family home. The next morning, one more adult than usual stood in the corridor of the Sylvain estate. Her father, Cyrus. Marie, the head maid. Roan, the estate magician. And 5-year-old Lysette. Naturally, the 5-year-old was the most enthusiastic person there.
Today's inspection target is the lighting magic circle in the second floor east corridor.
Lysette raised a sheet of parchment clipped to a wooden board. A title was written across it in precise handwriting. Limited Magic Circle Inspection Checklist for the Marquis' estate. Beneath it was an even more detailed list. Target, lighting magic circle. Area, second floor east corridor only. Contact with the real circle, prohibited. Model experiments, permitted. Adult supervision, mandatory. When a 5-year-old wrote everything out this thoroughly, the adults had no means of escape.
You really are only going to look today.
Cyrus made certain she understood.
I understand. I will not touch the real circle. First observation, then a model spell, and finally an improvement proposal.
Everything you say is correct, so why does it make me this anxious?
My lord, I feel exactly the same way. Marie gave a small nod. Roan smiled awkwardly. He was a calm magician in his 40s, who had managed the estate's household magic circles for many years.
My lady, lighting circles may look simple, but they connect to the magical circuits throughout the estate. Careless alterations can extinguish the lights in another room.
Yes, that is why I will not touch it today.
That is reassuring to hear.
However, I will observe any defects.
My relief was short-lived.
Roan's smile stiffened slightly. Lysette crouched in front of a small magic circle engraved into the corridor wall. Because she was 5, crouching placed her almost directly on the floor. Marie quietly offered her a lap blanket. The floor is cold, my lady.
Thank you. This will improve my observational efficiency.
Whatever your reason, I am simply glad you will use it. Lysette sat on the blanket and stared intently at the lighting circle. As circle, the basic symbol for the light attribute. A magical power supply line. An auxiliary symbol for adjusting brightness. And a thin distribution line extending deeper into the wall.
There is one more line than on the blueprint.
Lysette narrowed her eyes.
Roan, the blueprint shows 3 auxiliary lines in this lighting circle, correct?
Yes, one main line, one brightness control line, and one emergency shutoff line.
The real circle has 4.
4.
Roan leaned closer. Cyrus furrowed his brow as well. At first glance, the wall circle looked like an entirely ordinary household spell. But where Lysette pointed, a single faint auxiliary line had been carved behind the main line, almost as if it were crawling along it.
Could this be a repair line that was added later?
That is possible, but its shape is slightly unusual.
Lysette took a small folded paper from inside her dress. It held a copy of the unknown symbol that had appeared when she examined a model spell in the Sylvain family library. It appeared in none of the existing books. It could not be classified. And yet, no matter how often she saw it, the symbol would not leave her mind.
This curve resembles part of the unknown symbol.
The air around them seemed to turn slightly colder. Marie blinked. My lady, is that the mysterious symbol you could not identify?
Yes, it is a symbol I do not understand.
Every time you say you do not understand something, my stomach tightens.
That is a stomach problem. Please drink some warm tea later.
You are the cause of the problem, my lady. Lysette pretended not to hear her. She wanted to reach for the real circle immediately. She wanted to very badly. But a promise was a promise.
Contact with the real circle is forbidden. In that case, I will use a model.
Lysette placed a blank sheet on the floor and copied the lighting circle's structure onto it. Its output, however, was less than 1/100th that of the real circle. Even if it failed, the worst it could do was scorch the paper.
I will construct a model spell. Roan, please supply the smallest possible amount of magic.
Understood.
Roan carefully channeled magic into it. The tiny magic circle drawn on the paper began to glow faintly. At first it was stable. But the moment Lysette reproduced the mysterious fourth line, the light twisted out of shape. Oh. Marie let out a small gasp. For a single instant, the light split into two. It looked as though the shadow of another corridor had overlapped the very same place. The next moment, with a dry snap, the edge of the paper turned black and scorched. The model spell stopped. It was not a success. But neither was it a complete failure.
What was that?
Cyrus's voice dropped.
I do not know.
Lysette answered at once. All three adults fell silent together. Lysette had said she did not know. Those words brought the same unease, as though a step in the mansion floor had suddenly vanished beneath them.
That behavior is unnecessary for a lighting circle. However, I cannot say it is merely a defect. It may be disguising some other function as a brightness control line.
What do you mean by another function?
At present, I do not know.
Lysette carefully cut away the scorched section of paper and placed it beside her copy of the unknown symbol. They were similar, but they did not match. Similar yet different. Different yet not clearly unrelated. It felt wrong. Deeply wrong.
I am revising the improvement proposal.
Lysette rapidly wrote on a fresh sheet of parchment. Fourth auxiliary line, removal prohibited. Purpose unknown. Behavior falls outside established magical theory. Lighting efficiency improvements shall apply only to the main line and brightness control line. Continue investigating its relationship to the unknown symbol. Roan's eyes widened.
My lady, you do not intend to erase it immediately as a defect.
Erasing something we do not understand is dangerous.
Lysette answered with a perfectly serious expression.
When something is unknown, we first isolate it, document it, and search for the conditions that reproduce it. Destruction comes last.
Cyrus relaxed his shoulders, if only slightly. The old Lysette might have forced her way forward simply because she knew she was right. The Lysette before him now could handle an unknown thing while admitting that it remained unknown. It was still dangerous, but it was also growth.
Then can the lighting still be improved?
Yes, but only within a limited scope.
Without touching the mysterious fourth line, Lysette drew a model spell using only the main line and the brightness control line. This time, the light did not distort. A faint, steady light shone above the paper.
I can reduce uneven brightness and lower magical power consumption by 10 to 12%. 30% is impossible.
The fact that you did not claim 30% makes you more trustworthy.
Cyrus gave a wry smile.
Inflated figures will come back to strangle you later.
That is far too grim a lesson to hear from my 5-year-old daughter.
Afterward, under Roan's supervision, a very small adjustment was made only to the lighting circle in the second-floor east corridor. The result was modest. The darkness in the corridor's corner grew slightly fainter. The flickering of the lights decreased. Measured consumption of magic stones fell by approximately 11%. It was not a miracle that would make the head chef fall to his knees in tears. Nor was it a dramatic improvement that would make the maids call her a goddess. But the numbers were real. Would it be correct to call this a success? Marie asked timidly.
Partial success.
Lysette answered at once.
Improving the lighting efficiency succeeded. Understanding the unknown auxiliary line failed. Overall evaluation pending.
You are very strict with yourself, my lady.
Calling it a success while something unknown remains would feel wrong.
Marie studied Lysette's profile. She did not look like an ordinary 5-year-old. But neither did she look like an all-knowing genius. When faced with something she did not understand, she had properly stopped. That brought Marie a small measure of relief. That afternoon, Lysette submitted her report to Cyrus's study. Remembering the previous report, Cyrus braced himself before opening the cover. It was 7 pages long. That fact alone reassured him. He knew perfectly well that his standards for reassurance had become rather strange. Limited inspection report, 2nd floor East Corridor lighting circle. Improvement, magic stone consumption reduced by approximately 11%. Resident experience, less darkness in the corridor corner. Unresolved issue, the 4th auxiliary line. Note similarity to unknown symbol, removal prohibited. The final line promptly reclaimed all of Cyrus's relief.
Lysette,
Yes.
are lines resembling this unknown symbol found throughout the estate?
I do not know yet, however, it is unlikely that one exists only in the 2nd floor East Corridor.
Why do you think so?
If it exists only here, it was deliberate. If there are others, it is part of a shared design.
Neither possibility was appealing. Cyrus quietly closed his eyes.
I authorize an inspection of the entire estate under the same conditions. Do not alter real circles without permission. Do not erase unknown lines. Do not approach dangerous circles.
Understood.
And you are still not leaving the estate.
Lysette froze completely.
The irrigation magic circles in our territory would also be useful inspection targets.
You are not leaving yet.
Agricultural productivity is important evidence when explaining our work to the kingdom.
You are not leaving yet.
You have said that 3 times.
I will say it as many times as necessary.
Cyrus looked exhausted, but his voice remained firm.
We begin inside the estate. Lighting, heating, and water systems within the manor, only household circles. The defensive barrier comes last.
That is reasonable.
Lysette nodded. Then she produced another fresh sheet of parchment. Phased inspection plan for the Marquis's household magic circles. Cyrus saw it and pressed a hand to his forehead.
The number of plans keeps increasing.
An investigation without a plan is dangerous.
You are right, but still.
Being right can sometimes make another person's stomach hurt. Marie quietly placed a small bottle of stomach medicine on the desk. No one asked when she had prepared it. That evening, at the desk in her room, Lysette stared at the scorched fragment of the model spell. The auxiliary line from the lighting circle. The unknown symbol. The light that had split in 2. Even arranged together, they offered no answer. But she had learned one thing. The magic circles in this estate were not merely old. Something within them could not be explained by current magical theory.
How interesting.
Lysette whispered softly. Her voice sounded delighted. And just a little dangerous. And so, her first achievement toward making contact with the Crown Prince began moving in a direction far more modest than planned, yet far more ominous. A mystery quietly awakens the moment someone appears who is willing to investigate it.